All right, everybody, I got another guitar kit on Amazon return auction. This one's not a Leo James or Leo Jams. It's like a Yinfente. I'll put the name of it in the video. Let's see what we got here. Oh, a lot of tape. It's like hard to do with one hand. Let's look at the body. There's the pick guard. So what's interesting with this is that it doesn't have the roller bridge, and the other bridge are going to go here, and usually there's already screw holes in place, so that'll be a little bit of a challenge. Usually they make it a little bit easier on everybody, but that's okay. I'm up for a challenge. Yeah. Let's see what else we got in here. Looks like that's the neck. Let's see. Sorry, you're seeing a bunch of blackness. Oh. There's the neck. Yeah, it says like Yinfente. Take a closer look here in a little bit. I believe that is it for this. This one does not come with any hardware. It does not come with any pickups. So for new, it's 160 bucks, and you get the body and the neck. So a little bit, it's gonna take a little more work than some of the other kits, but let's see how it goes. All right, so I got this thing unboxed, and again, there's just two pieces, which I guess isn't bad. I usually scrap all the hardware and the pickups that come in these kits and put in better ones. The nut is plastic, so I will be switching that out. It's not bad. It's a little rough on the sides. I'll definitely do a little bit of fretwork on this. There's tons of videos in YouTube on how to do fretwork if you want to do that. What's nice with this body is it is one piece of wood. And if you've watched some of those other videos, those Leo James kits, it's multiple pieces of wood, which isn't a huge deal, but this is kind of cool. As mentioned, the holes aren't already drilled for the roller bridge, so that's something I'm gonna have to do, and that'll be a first for me. So I'm gonna look on YouTube on how not to screw that up. But yeah, this will be a fun one. All right, so as you can see, I've kind of got it clamped. I'll let it sit there for a good 24 hours. I did get a little ahead of myself and just drew some lines and the 4275, the scale length. Once the neck is set, I'll probably see if it adjusted at all. What I'm trying to do here, because the holes aren't already screwed, is I want to make sure that I perfectly understand where the neck runs and then where the center is going to be. So I'm really only going to have one shot at getting that roller bridge on, and it should look pretty tight. Hang on a second, let me show you what I'm thinking here. And these pieces I got on eBay, but they'll be obviously the roller bridge. This is the guy that I'm actually excited about. My plan is to try to put this guy on it with the roller bridge. So instead of it being, just like your basic Gibson, I'm going to try to do that. I might run out of space, in which case then I'll abandon this, but let's see. All right, everybody. So as mentioned, I wanted to put this cool kind of retro trim on there, but I ran into a problem. Right about here is where the roller bridge has to go, and I need 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches actually, 1.75 inches for where this is gonna be, and I'm just feeling like I'm running out of real estate. That might work. I guess we'll try out. That's getting close, right? Let's see. All right, good morning, everybody. If it's morning near you, I have figured out now where I need to get the bridge. As you can kind of see, there's pencil marks. I took a straight ruler to kind of continue on where the neck would be. That helped me figure out where to put the trim. Now I'm trying to figure out where to drill for the tune-o-matic. As you can see, I have the pick guard on because where I drill the holes, it's gonna have to go through the pick guard. Luckily, the plastic's still on the pick guard, so it was easy to be able to draw the lines right there on the pick guard. What I did is I strung up, and I learned this on YouTube, I strung up 2 of the strings so that way I could tune it up and make sure that I had the proper scale length. So there's a tuner. It's gonna be hard to do with trying to hold the phone, but it's in tune, and when I fret it and then do the harmonic, it's also in tune. So I know it's the right scale length, did it for both the E strings. So that's where the bridge is gonna be. I'm now gonna mark it, and that way I'll know exactly where to drill the holes. I also will know that I've got again, if I measured it, I've got the strings exactly where I want to be on the pick guard, or on the fret, the neck, the fretboard. So in theory, if I drill the holes and put it on, then everything should be perfect. So that's how I did it. I had to move this around quite a bit in order to make sure that I got everything, the intonation right. So that took a little bit of time, but now it's dialed in. I'm gonna mark it, so I'll know exactly where to drill those holes. All right, so now that I got those holes drilled, which did take quite a bit of time, I went ahead, I'm gonna try a mixture of cranberry juice and turmeric for the dye. So it'll still have kind of a natural wood, but a little bit of a red tint. So we'll see how that works out. All right, I wanted to give a little bit of a heads up before I got too far with it. You can see the stain came out okay. Camera might not be doing it justice. It's got like an oranger tint, like a yellowish tint to it, so that's cool. Strings are lining up well. The issue I'm having, if you can see that, is that the action is too high. And part of it's because the pick guard. So I'm going to, you see how I drew the Sharpie line around it? I'm gonna cut that out, so that'll give me more room to drop it. So right now it's resting on the pick guard, and then you got the width of the triple ply pick guard. Let's see how that works. All right, well, this is pretty much the finished product. You see I got some old Paul Reed Smith tuners, replaced those out. This kit didn't come with any to replace, so I had to add them anyways. Changed the nut out. For the pickups, this is from an Epiphone. It's a mini humbucker, probably from like a Thunderbird. This thing is a Rio Grande fat bastard. This is the 3rd guitar I put it in. I love this pickup, just haven't found it at home yet. See, I kind of was able to figure out the spacing on the whammy. I think it looks cool. I don't know if I'll keep that on, or at some point if I'll drop a kind of a flat bridge in it. Yeah, this thing was fun. we'll check it out here in a minute. I would not recommend it if you don't have tools to play around with it. You know, and these set neck ones are always, don't want to say hit or miss, but what's nice with bolt-on necks with these kits is it gives you one more point if you need to mess around with it, moving the neck back and forth, up and back. So yeah, this was a fun kit. I would definitely not call it a beginner kit, but it did come out with making a pretty nice guitar. Let's hear it up. All right. And then we've got the finished product, and I'll be matching it up with this Guiliano Rosati Pinot Grigio. This wine's a little more expensive than I would normally pay for. But this guitar was kind of a bitch to put together, so I figured I deserve it. I'll throw in a couple extra dollars on wine. So there we go. There's the Flying V guitar kit all wrapped up, and there's the matching with the Pinot. All right, so there's the finished product. As mentioned, I got an Epiphone mini humbucker in the neck. It's Rio Grande Fat Bastard in the bridge. As always, I'm playing through cheap Line 6 practice amp. So let's see what it sounds like clean. That'd be the Epiphone. And through the Fat Bastard. Add a little bit more sauce to it. This would be through the Epiphone. It's a little bit too much, just a little bit of dirt. Through the Rio Grande. Add a little bit more distortion. Be through the Epiphone. Rio Grande. And then finally a bunch of dirt. That's the Rio Grande. Then the Epiphone. All right. So as I mentioned, this thing, they're always fun to get put together. I've yet to put together a kit where you don't run into some issue you didn't think about. With this one and trying to put the whammy on, I had to drop the Tune-O-Matic a lot lower than anticipated. I don't know if I'm going to keep that on or not. Yeah, if you have the tools and a little bit of experience, this is a fun kit. If this is the first time you're putting things together, I don't know if I'd recommend it. It also doesn't come with all the parts, so you'd need to buy some pickups on your own, things like the other hardware. But yeah, always fun. I'm always stoked when I find these things on an auction or on eBay for cheap. Until next time, keep playing.